8 brands, each one selected not by logo prestige or celebrity endorsement, but by what a single teardown actually reveals: stitched, construction, full-grain leather, rollable architecture. We are ranking them from the most accessible entry point, under $250, to what informed buyers call the practical construction ceiling, the price above which you are paying for a name, not a better shoe. Every brand here earned its place through verifiable build quality that cuts cost per wear year after year. We begin where the smartest money enters, factory direct from Mallorca. Meermin sets the baseline for genuine luxury construction at a fraction of what most shoppers expect to pay. Based in Mallorca, Meermin offers full Goodyear welted dress shoes starting at just $175, a price point that undercuts many glued mass-market competitors. Every pair features a rollable leather sole, a full-grain calfskin upper, and a traditional stitched welt that you can verify in tear-down photos where dense, even stitching runs the perimeter of the sole. This is not a cemented or bonded shoe. The welt is physically sewn to both the upper and the insole, forming a repairable barrier that extends the life of the shoe far beyond disposable alternatives. For buyers new to quality footwear, Meermin's factory direct model strips out the retail markup, delivering stitched construction that rivals brands at twice the cost. Fit is a known caveat. These shoes run narrow, and the break-in period can be stiff, especially for those with wider feet. Yet for those willing to trade a few weeks of adjustment for years of rollable wear, Meermin offers the lowest cost entry to the world of true craftsmanship. Here, the value is built into every stitch, not tacked on with a logo. In second place, Beckett Simonon delivers a made-to-order experience that rewrites the economics of luxury footwear. Each pair is crafted by hand in Bogotá, Colombia, using full-grain Italian calfskin and finished with slow, deliberate burnishing. Those details rarely appear at the $200 to $250 price point. The core of Beckett Simonon's value proposition is its direct-to-consumer, made-to-order model. Instead of building inventory that sits in warehouses, the brand collects orders in monthly batches, then spends 8 to 10 weeks producing shoes to exact customer specifications. This approach trades instant gratification for a tangible upgrade in construction quality. Every pair uses a Blake-stitched sole, not cemented glue. Blake construction means a single stitch binds the upper, insole, and outsole, creating a shoe that is slimmer and more flexible than Goodyear welted options, but still resolable. It is something almost unheard of among department store shoes in this price range. Durability studies show Blake-stitched shoes outlast glued alternatives by 2 to 3 times, and resoling costs remain manageable for years of extended use. The result is a cost per wear that rivals brands double or triple the price, provided buyers are willing to wait for production. For those who value substance over speed, Beckett Simonon stands out as the smart, patient choice. Stitched quality, premium leather, and hand finishing, all for less than many mass-market logo-driven options. Third on our list, Grant Stone stands out by translating mid-tier pricing into a level of quality control that rivals legacy shoemakers. Every pair starts with full-grain leather from respected tanneries like Horween and Charles F. Stead. But what sets Grant Stone apart is the discipline built into its manufacturing process. At the Xiamen facility, nearly 1 in 3 pairs is rejected before it ever leaves the factory floor, a 30% internal rejection rate that signals a refusal to pass along even minor flaws. This level of scrutiny is rare at the $300 to $350 price point, where most competitors cut corners or rely on looser standards. Under the surface, Grant Stone's Goodyear welt construction and cork-filled footbed deliver tangible benefits for daily wearers. The cork midsole gradually molds to the shape of the foot, offering a custom fit that improves with each step and cushions impact over years of use. Unlike Blake-stitched shoes that trade repairability for flexibility, the Goodyear welt here means repeated resoling is possible without damaging the upper, driving down long-term cost per wear. The result is a shoe that not only feels substantial out of the box, but continues to justify its price long after the initial purchase. For buyers who care about every stitch and every layer, Grant Stone proves that consistency and construction can matter more than any label. Number 4. Allen Edmonds represents both the promise and pitfalls of heritage shoemaking in the American market. At its best, the brand's flagship models, like the Park Avenue and Fifth Avenue, offer a textbook example of 360-degree Goodyear welting, hand-stitched uppers, and a cork-filled midsole, all assembled in the Port Washington, Wisconsin factory. These shoes routinely sell for $300 to $350 during seasonal sales, placing them within reach of buyers who want full-grain leather and resolable construction without crossing into boutique pricing. What sets Allen Edmonds apart in this segment is its recrafting program. For around $125 plus shipping, owners can send in worn pairs for a factory overhaul with new soles, refreshed cork, and a completely rebuilt heel stack, often extending a shoe's usable life by several years. The turnaround time typically runs 4 to 6 weeks, and the service is available for most US-made models, though not for the lower-cost imported lines that have crept into the catalog since the Calories acquisition in 2016. That shift in ownership introduced a split in production quality, with some models now manufactured offshore using less robust construction methods. For the informed buyer, the key is to target legacy models still made in Wisconsin, where the Goodyear welt and recraftable architecture remain intact. It's a strategy that rewards careful research. The right pair of Allen Edmonds can survive multiple resoles, driving down the true cost per wear and delivering a level of durability that logo-driven competitors rarely match. For those willing to navigate the brand's evolving lineup, the payoff is a shoe that earns its keep through repairability, not just reputation. Number 5. Loake 1880 stands as a living archive of English shoemaking, rooted in the craft traditions of Northampton. The 1880 line is not just a nod to history, it is a technical benchmark for what traditional English construction can achieve at a mid-tier price. Each pair begins with full-grain calfskin, shaped on classic English lasts that define the fit and silhouette recognized in formal settings for over a century. The defining feature is the oak bark tanned leather sole, a material choice that sets the 1880 series apart from both mass market and many premium competitors. Oak bark tanning is a process measured in months, not weeks. Raw hides are submerged in pits of oak bark solution for up to a year, allowing tannins to penetrate deeply and produce a sole that resists moisture, warping, and abrasion far better than the quick-tanned alternatives. The result is a dense, flexible leather that not only outlasts standard chrome tanned soles, but also develops a unique patina with wear. Loake's Goodyear welt construction is executed on site in Northampton with a stitched welt that runs the perimeter of the shoe, never glued and never shortcut. This method allows the sole to be replaced multiple times, extending the shoe's life well beyond the initial investment. Priced between $350 and $450, the 1880 line offers a rare intersection of old-world material science and modern value. While Loake produces several tiers, it is the 1880 range that consistently draws repeat buyers who understand the chemistry behind durability. In a market filled with shortcuts and logo premiums, Loake 1880's commitment to oak bark soles and resolable architecture delivers a quiet confidence, shoes that age with dignity and whose value compounds with every wear. Number 6. Carlos Santos offers a rare window into the economics of luxury shoemaking, where the real value is built at the factory, not inflated by a logo. The family-run plant in northern Portugal is an open secret among industry insiders. It manufactures private label shoes for luxury houses that retail for €800 and above, yet the Carlos Santos branded line uses the same machinery, the same full-grain French and Italian calf leathers, and the same craftsman for a sticker price of $250 to $350. This is not a case of cutting corners for the in-house collection. The Goodyear welt construction visible in teardown photos and confirmed in the brand's own technical blog, means every pair is stitched, not glued, with a removable leather welt and a cork-filled midsole engineered for repairability and comfort over years of wear. The leathers come from top-tier European tanneries, often the very suppliers used by the luxury labels that commission private runs from this factory. Even the hand finishing and burnishing steps match what is done for those high-priced clients. The only difference is the absence of a designer badge and the markup that comes with it. For buyers who study supply chains, this is the classic original equipment manufacturer scenario, often called OEM. The branded and unbranded shoes are materially identical, separated only by marketing and retail positioning. Cost per wear calculations show that a Carlos Santos Goodyear welted Oxford can be resold multiple times, driving down long-term ownership costs to a fraction of what is paid for a logo-driven equivalent. In a market flooded with storytelling and heritage inflation, Carlos Santos stands out by making the factory itself the story, delivering upper-tier construction, repairability, and material quality at a price that exposes the gap between manufacturing reality and luxury theater. Number 7, Carmina represents the point where near-bespoke craftsmanship is still accessible before price climbs into pure prestige. Based on the island of Majorca and run by the same family for generations, Carmina's approach is defined by hand-lasting, a labor-intensive process that shapes the shoes upper to the last by hand, not machine. This technique, rarely seen below $700, produces a fit that hugs the foot and ensures the upper maintains its shape over years of wear. What sets Carmina apart at the $400 to $550 price band is its use of single-cut panels of full-grain calf skin, sourced directly from renowned tanneries like Horween in Chicago, Ilsea in Italy, and Annonay in France. These leathers are prized for their tight grain, minimal surface correction, and ability to develop a deep patina rather than cracking or separating with age. The decision to use single unbroken panels means fewer seams. Each seam is a potential failure point, so reducing their number increases both comfort and durability. Seam strength is further reinforced by meticulous hand sewing, which creates a denser, more resilient join than machine stitching can achieve at this price. Carmina's shoes are built on a Goodyear welt, a construction method that sandwiches a cork-filled midsole between the upper and the outsole, then stitches everything together with a visible welt around the perimeter. This not only allows for repeated resoling, but also provides a water-resistant barrier and a custom fit as the cork compresses to the wearer's foot over time. For buyers who track value in cost per wear and repairability, Carmina's combination of hand-finishing, pedigree leathers, and resolable Goodyear construction delivers a package that outlasts many competitors at similar or even higher prices. While the brand's price point is a step above factory direct options, the tangible upgrades in material and technique, visible in every seam and felt in every step, justify the investment for those who want artisanal quality without drifting into the territory of badge-driven markups. Carmina stands as the last stop before the ceiling of practical construction is reached, offering a rare blend of old-world craft and rational pricing. And finally, in first place, Crockett Jones stands as the definitive ceiling for practical luxury in men's dress shoes, a brand where every dollar spent is anchored in measurable construction, not marketing illusion. Founded in 1879 and still operating out of Northampton, England, Crockett Jones has supplied more than 3 million pairs of Goodyear welted shoes and boots to British officers through 2 world wars and beyond, a military pedigree that is more than just a line in the company's history. This legacy is not ornamental. It is the result of meeting and maintaining Ministry of Defense standards for abrasion resistance, waterproofing, and resolability, criteria that translate directly to civilian buyers seeking shoes that outlast fleeting trends. Every pair is built on an 8-week in-house manufacturing process that culminates in a Goodyear welt, stitched by hand and machine, binding a full-grain calf upper to a cork-filled midsole and a leather or day-night outsole. The result is a shoe engineered for repair, not disposal. Authorized repair centers routinely resole Crockett Jones shoes 5 to 7 times over a 20-year lifespan, a claim corroborated by cobbler invoices and owner testimonials, even if the brand itself rarely advertises these numbers. The consistency of this architecture is not a happy accident. It is a function of keeping all Goodyear welted production inside the Northampton facility, ensuring that every last, every stitch, and every welt can be matched for decades. This level of traceability is so robust that it satisfies military procurement rules, which demand domestic manufacturing for quality control and supply chain transparency. From a buyer's perspective, the value proposition is stark. At $500 to $700, Crockett Jones delivers a shoe that, when amortized over hundreds of wears and multiple resoles, achieves a cost per wear that routinely undercuts both logo-driven luxury and mass-market alternatives. The economics are simple. A pair purchased today can be resold every 3 to 4 years for less than a quarter of the original cost, keeping the upper and fit intact while extending the life of the shoe well beyond the typical replacement cycle. This is not theoretical. Service records and owner anecdotes document pairs surviving 2 decades of use, a metric that few brands can approach, let alone surpass. Crucially, Crockett Jones marks the inflection point where rational spending meets the law of diminishing returns. Above this price band, buyers step into a world where additional dollars chase prestige, not construction. The same Goodyear welt, the same full-grain leathers, and the same repairability found here are mirrored in brands costing twice as much, but without any documented gain in service life or owner satisfaction. For the informed buyer, Crockett Jones is the last stop before the economics of luxury footwear tip from investment to indulgence. The brand's military supply history, decade-plus resoling architecture, and unwavering commitment to in-house production combine to deliver a product that quietly outperforms year after year. In a market saturated with storytelling and status badges, this is where substance wins, the smart purchase for those who demand proof, not promises. Across all 8 brands, a clear pattern surfaces. Genuine luxury isn't defined by logo or myth, but by construction, Goodyear welting, full-grain leather, and hand finishing that deliver repairability and real longevity. Informed buyers return to these makers for quantifiable value, not hype. In a marketplace flooded with empty prestige, real craftsmanship remains the smartest investment. For those who know what to look for, quality is always visible if you look beneath the surface.